guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Okay, iba naman ang ating topic ngayon. Maiba naman tayo. Puntahan natin ang refugee program ng Canada. Yan ang ating tatalakayin because I noticed over the past week ang daming iba't ibang development tungkol dyan, ang daming mga reports related to asylum seekers, refugees, etc. So I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Mukhang may mga pagbabago na, no, na nangyayari dito sa refugee program ng Canada. Una na po dyan, ang ating, yung first report that I will share with you, this one. Kita nyo? Federal government to stop funding hotel rooms for asylum seekers. In short, no more hotels for those waiting sa pag-process ng kalang asylum claims. O, diba? Anong tingin nyo dyan? We all know, I'm sure some of you have seen it. Yung mga lalo na smaller type of hotels, diba, the government would book so many rooms there by the floor, if not the entire hotel, no, ibobook talaga nila to accommodate asylum seekers. I wonder if this development has anything to do with the report that came out a couple of days before this, no, talking about how much the government has spent to accommodate asylum seekers, put them into hotels since 2017. Mamaya i-share ko yan, no? Pero sige, puntahan muna natin itong topic na ito. So right now, meron pa pong nakatirang mga asylum seekers in hotels, okay? But the Immigration Department says the program will end after or on September 30. So yung mga nandun pa raw po sa hotel ngayon, sabi it will help those still in hotels find other housing before the program ends on September 30. Saan kaya? Because I understand, dun sa nabasa ko noong 2017, dun lang daw po nag-umpisang mag-book ng hotels ang government for asylum seekers. Kaya raw po nila ginawa yun ay dahil puno yung mga shelters. Hindi na ma-absorb, hindi na kayang tanggapin yung influx ng asylum seekers. Kaya punta sila sa hotel. Now, I don't know kung kamusta ang mga shelters ngayon, pero if I'm not mistaken, punuan pa rin no? We'll see. Tingnan natin kung saan ilalagay ngayon ang mga asylum seekers. Sabi dito sa report, asylum seekers staying in federally funded hotels will soon have to check out as IRCC says, ayun na nga, funding will end in September. Sa ngayon daw po, the government is housing 485 asylum seekers in 5 hotels in Ontario and Quebec. Ito na nga yung previous report pala, no? Approximately $1.1 billion ang ginagastos na po ng government, o ang ginastos rather ng government for temporary hotel housing since 2020. Ba't nakasulat dito 2020? Yung unang report na nakita ko 2017 to 2024. Naku, paiba-iba sila. Kung ano mang period talaga ang actually covered, alam mo, syempre ang dumadating lang naman sa mga readers $1.1 billion. Ang laki. Okay? That's the main point of it all. O sige, puntahan ulit natin itong article. Sabi pala, this measure was never meant to be permanent, yung paglalagay sa kanila sa hotel. And IRCC is funded to continue hotel operations only until September 30, 2025. Baka nabibitin na rin sa budget. Okay, well, ganito lang yun guys, no? Kung ang government nga ay nag-lay off ng workers. Latest report, 60,000 workers from government are gonna be laid off as part of cost-cutting measures ng government. I think it's just expected, hindi na surprising na gagawin din ito sa refugee program. Imagine how Canadians would feel, no? Yung mga matagal lang nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno, na maririnig nila to, okay, tatanggalin nyo kami sa trabaho because, gusto nyo magbawas ng gasto sa gobyerno. Tapos makikita nila tayo mga ganitong uri ng report that you are spending so much pala on refugees. Diba? Kumbaga, it's not helping the current economic situation. I'm not against the refugee program. I believe in the refugee program as long as those who are really eligible, real refugees are being helped out. Diba? Canada has obligations, international domestic treaty obligations to accept refugees, and that's fine, you know. And Canada is a helpful nation. Yun nga lang, nakaka-worry. I hope ma-fix, no, maayos yung problema din sa paraan ng pag-game na naman. Ito na naman tayo. Some people are gaming the refugee program. Later on, I will show you a viral clip going around, obviously, social media. Encouraging ba naman in a way, no? Parang, uy, alam nyo ba yung refugee program, ang daming pera makukuha nyo dyan kung kayo ay maging refugee. Guys, there are certain requirements, no, for you to be qualified in this program. Hindi biro, hindi katawa-tawa maging isang refugee. Many times, refugees who come here, they don't even want to be here. But, you know, because there is danger to their lives in their home countries, napipilitin silang umalis. Some of them, I'm sure, they really prefer to live back home. Yun nga lang, they are facing what? Issues like war, di ba? Extreme poverty, etc. So, it's not really a laughing matter, no? Mamaya kasi nakakainis yung video na ipapakita ko sa inyo mamaya, no? O sige, nasa na tayo nga ba? Nawala na ako dito sa pinag-uusapan kong article. Ano ba yan? Sabi dito, it was recently revealed that plans to revamp Canada's outdated asylum system have been cancelled. Wow, hindi ko pala ito nakita, no? So previously, may plan to revamp. Inaamin na lang outdated na tong asylum system. Kinancel daw because they are expecting na mas magiging mahirap na rin talaga to claim asylum in Canada because of the existing proposed laws naman to fix the border. Okay, we'll see. Doon nila dadaanin sa pagka-tighten ng border. Okay. IRCC says it will help those still in hotels find housing, but experts and advocates say that could be a tough task in cities with high demand and low supply. Ito na nga sinasabi ko tungkol sa shelter. So, municipal shelters are consistently full. Okay? While some additional capacity has been added in the form of a dedicated shelter for asylum claimants in Peel, sa Peel region, more needs to be done to avoid overloading in an already stressed shelter system. Exactly, guys. So, syempre, shelters are not just for asylum seekers. Sa ekonomiya ngayon, ano, ang reports na alala ko dumadami rin talaga yung mga nagiging homeless. Parang yung last episode ko dito, no, nakakalungkot. Ang nagiging homeless pa, yung mga senior citizens, elderly people who are having a tough time continuing on with their mortgage or paying their rent too. Dahil nga, tumaas na, hindi na nila kinaya, sila pa po ang napupunta sa shelter. So, ang daming kailangan i-address, no? If hindi na po sila i-house sa shelter, what will happen? Ano? I think magtutuloy pa rin siguro yung allowance na binibigay sa mga asylum seekers for housing. Kasi meron po yan, no, in the past. Maliban sa housing budget, they are given different types of allowances for food, transportation. Meron din po ngang parang lump sum or one-time allowance na binibigay kung bago po sila dito for their clothing expenses, for example. No? So malaki talaga ang ginagastos ng gobyerno sa asylum seekers. Dati may mga usap-usapan, $3,000. But I've never really, a month yan monthly. But I never really saw that being reported officially by IRCC. I think ang nakita kong document is about $2,000. It's about $2,000. Malaki po yun, no? And again, that's for just being here. You don't even have to work for anything. Wala, no? That's just for being here as an asylum seeker. And that's monthly. Okay? Kung kayo ay isang pamilya, mas malaki pa po yan. Yung pinag-uusapan ko, isang tao lang po yun. So, imagine that, no? Sige, puntahan natin itong report tungkol dun sa $1.1 billion, no, na hotel bill na pala na ginagastos since the government started putting them in hotels. Ito yan, no? I wonder if the announcement na matatapusin na yung program by September 30 has anything to do with this. No? O sabi dito, Ottawa's hotel bill for asylum seekers, ayun na nga, $1.1 billion. Ang sabi dito, since 2017, dun sa kaninang report, no, since 2020. And take note, guys, yung $1.1 billion for hotels, Iba pa ito, sabi, meron pang ibang $1.5 billion na binigay sa provinces and cities who accommodate refugee claimants. Di ba? Grabe, no? So that's $2.6 billion. Okay? Again, sana napupunta ito sa mga taong totoong nangangailangan ng tulong. Okay. Ito, pupuntahan ko na tong video na sinasabi ko sa inyo, medyo nakakainis, no? Nakakainis. This went viral on X, formerly known as Twitter. Tignan nyo to, Get $82,000 from Canadian government for doing nothing. Akala ninyo, no? Yung parang, uy, tignan nyo, pwedeng mangyari to sa inyo. As if ganun-ganun lang maging refugee o maging asylum claimant, di ba? Oh my God.
You know, you can get up to 82,000 Canadian dollars from Canadian government for doing nothing. Yes, I am talking about refugees. If you become refugee in Canada, they will pay you up to $224 per day. That is $140 for accommodation and around $84 for food, and that too tax free. So it means around $82,000 a year. It looks like a paid vacation to me, or it looks like free money to me. And in addition to this, an average Canadian earns up to 63,000 Canadian dollars in a year, and he pays over 20% in taxes. Then, if he buys something, he has to pay 15% again. Although refugee has to pay that, and there are a lot other things that Canadian has to suffer. So, become a refugee in Canada and get up to $82,000 free for a whole year.
Tignan mo? Sino ba naman hindi malalok? Nakakainis, ano? He's talking about refugees as if it's like something you can just become or apply for na napakadali, no? Again, hindi po biro ang buhay ng mga totoong refugees. Okay? They are fleeing war. Meron talagang danger sa kanilang buhay. Pwede silang mamatay kung manatili sila dun sa kanilang home country. And that guy, isipin nyo, sabi pa niya, it's like a free vacation. It's free money. May dahilan yan kung bakit binibigay yung tulong na yan sa mga refugees. Ano ba yan? Diba? Nakakasama ng loob, especially for the real refugees. Sinisira na lang yung sistema para sa mga tunay na nangangailangan ng tulong. That needs to be addressed, for sure. Diba? Kasi again, ang laki ng perang ginagastos para dyan. This time of economic uncertainty, diba? Hearing all types of expenses, isa-scrutinize talaga yan ng taong bayan dito sa Canada, diba? Maririnig nila, makakita nila yung ganyang video, sino ba naman ang hindi maiinis? Let's see, yung sinasabi ng isang report na yung mga proposed border security protection measures will help fix the problem also of Canada's outdated asylum program, tulad nung sinabi doon sa report. No? Yung report na nagsabing outdated na, diba, yung system. So I hope it gets fixed. Kung sila mismo naman, inaamin na talaga na outdated na ito. What do you think about this, no? Yeah, let me know. Dito na muna tayo magtatapos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!